Hey, now.
You're an elf.
Come on now. It's burning a lot of calories.
What does she want with your people?
Oh, God.
Okay.
We've been here. God damn it.
How do you call her? Why did you call her a spider of doors? Listen to me. Hey, shut up. Hey.
Stop it, lizard man. Your people. That's very condescending.
Shavash, maybe we can help each other. I need to get inside the tower you speak of and stop this woman. Tell me of these tribes. Do they have any weaknesses?
Sounds made up. Sounds like a quest.
Very well. I shall go to the drowned city then. Before I go, is there any other aid you can give me? Then you will just give them to us. The great drowning?
Your people, seriously.
Tell me of this king. What did the king do? What did the king do then?
There's so much anger in this story.
And when the land became angry, you don't own land, you penniless hippie. What is the water stare? Hmm. I see. Can you guard me while I rest?
How, re- how reassuring. I'll grab my pepper spray. Oh dear, sweet Jesus. Ooh, cutscene.
Dun, 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 dun.
Best graphics so far in the game.
It's not slow.
Well, no, it's it wouldn't be so on a PS2, but yeah, it's so good.
How did you know I was in the marsh? I see. I had some other questions for you. Why did you grow that wall of vines to block my path? But didn't you have to kill these people just to get to your king? Well, I see. I had other questions. I see. I had some other questions for you. I forgot the question. Actually, I'd like to see what supplies you have. Full plate helmet, 3,000 gold. Ooh, look at that full plate at 25k.
Wow.
3. I don't see why I wouldn't do that.
A ring of protection 4. Whoa, you have no money anymore. You're like zero. $29.
You are correct.
Wow.
I guess I can
ring of
sell.
protection 4, you say? Well,
So let's see. That's a 6. The shield is a 5. The gloves are 12, so I can sell helmet, gloves, boots. So helmet, gloves, boots. And that is 10 to 3, 10 to 12. Jeez. I still have 4 points to spend. I do have to equip that stuff though.
yeah, ditto. Ring amulet. I thought about buying like an awesome weapon, but like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting a lot of money right now because I'm really, I'm really not bringing a whole lot to the proceedings. So, I'm breathing on things and things get cold, but like, I'm just getting money. That's really my goal. Wow, I need more potions. I used a lot of them. I forgot to buy potions. Whoa, look at you, Darth Vader.
Of defense. Alright, let's sell more stuff. Nope, I need to sell stuff. That awesome sword. So, ring. Then buy. I'm actually back to the 18k.
Wow, that happened so fast.
Pretty big swing.
Jeez.
Where's that ring of Dex? No, I want the amulet of strength. And then I want red pots.
How much higher is your armor than mine? I'm at 71. Yeah, you just, okay, I can live with that. Good. I don't think I'm that bad right now.
Alright. Now I need to equip more stuff. So let's see. Dex. No. Strength. And strength. Get rid of that one. Strength plus 3, strength plus 2. Actually, don't want the Dex plus 2. So. So that one's gone. Protection plus 4 is gone. Buy. I want to find one that says strength. I thought there was a strength plus 2.
There's a ring?
I guess I have that. Dex plus 2 is fine. And I got that, and that. That's too expensive. What's 30? I don't have that much. Chainmail plus 2. Don't have that much. Don't have that much. Barely have that much for 22. 23 already, so I'm actually better off with what I have. One point left. I don't think I have any 1 point skills, do I? Nope. Alright.
Well, I have a Bane, but it's not like an aggressive Bane. Not like it's not really as bad as yours. Mine just game-wise. And my Bane, I actually have a Bane and a Boon that are the same thing. But first, the Bane of the matter. Wizards of the Coast. I mention this because recently the providers and creators of Magic the Gathering made a new format that is non-rotating called Pioneer, which is all well and good. It's fine.
It's fine, Dave.
It's fine. The Pioneer format starts with Return to Ravnica, which I think was released in like 2012, 2013. I don't know. It was a while ago, but like that's from then all the way to Throne of Eldraine, which is the newest set. That is currently what we're looking at, which is it's fine. But the release of that is a bit weird because there was talk of historic being a thing that they could have elaborated on, and like it still very well could be a thing. But part of the issue and part of the problem other people have had with it is, okay, so you have Pioneer, which is great. It's fine. People might like Pioneer. They might not. You're going to support it. But are you going to support Historic? Because Historic is pretty important for keeping the people who have invested time and fun and money into Arena, which they've been very pretty lukewarm on the details of Historic, and they've been very slow with their information and what they release on it. And so the idea that they would release no updates on Historic but make Pioneer has rubbed some people the wrong way, which I get it, because you don't really know where they're going with it, and Historic's to those who put time in Arena, which I think is a fantastic client, and it's a great way to even introduce people into Magic if they aren't already. It's a great interface. It's much more visually stimulating and user-friendly than Magic Online, which is simple, but Magic Online at its core is
Paper Magic.
Yeah, I mean it's paper magic, but it's definitely it's not going to grab people like that. If you already like paper magic, you'll like Magic Online, of course. But when it comes to being an engaging game, you kind of have to really love the paper version to really have Magic Online be fun to you. I feel like.
I don't disagree with that.
So, yeah, I'm not, man. I too many potions. So that's but the Bane extends further than that. The Bane actually goes into, there was a banning recently, a standard banning, which is a big deal. In the standard format, if you're not familiar, it's the most recent groups of sets. Typically, the way the current format goes, it's almost like a year's worth of sets. Right now, this is the smallest the pool is going to be because of the recent shift on Throne of Eldraine in October. But Field of the Dead was banned, which I don't have a lot of problem with it. I thought the card was fun, but it's an incredibly linear card. If you have Field of the Dead, you're pretty much doing the same thing every game. And if you watched any of the Mythic Championship, it was pretty, in the previous meta, you had Esper Control. You're aware of that. You know Red Deck wins. You with the Horizontal Monkey. You had not necessarily a variety of decks, but you actually had a variety of archetypes, but they were kind of the same decks. With the recent meta shift and with Field of the Dead, you'd figure I'd be more happy about this, but because of the way the meta shifted, the meta is almost dominated by mid-range. Control and aggro have a hard time existing in the current meta, which I found to be fascinating considering what we just came from.
Well, and the fact that I don't remember what his name was, but the player from Hong Kong who got a top 8 with a Red Deck Win style deck.
Oh, actually, I did watch the Mythic Championship, most of it, and the most entertaining games. And listen, I am a mid-range player. I love interaction. I love mid-range. I love huge, elaborate, awesome plays. I'm not an aggro person, nor am I a control person at my heart. But that brings me to when I watched the Mythic Championship. The most entertaining game I watched was Mardu Knights, more of an aggro build, with Cavalcade Mono Red. That was a fun thing to watch. And the reason it was fun to watch is because it actually felt like more thought and more variance went into it than with the Simic food decks and the Field of the Dead, the Field of the Dead and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Mono Red Cavalcade is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, I found those to be interesting, and that's actually not really in my... that's not what I lean to, because I love Gates. Gates is my favorite deck because I just love the synergies and stuff with it, and it's beatable. It's super beatable, but it's got a pretty nice combo element to it, and it's a solid, fun mid-range thing if you want to play it. But the whole thing was dominated by Simic food, And Golos, that's another thing I need to bring up. Golos, I think, is good for Magic. Golos is a fun card. Now, if Golos goes off, sure, you're going to feel bad, but you just got to kill it. There's a lot of removal in the standard, so you're fine. But Golos I find to be fun, but Golos plus Field of the Dead is... It's not that it's unbeatable, but it's oppressive. But that brings me to the next thing. I don't think it was as oppressive as the Planeswalker that they released in Throne of Eldraine. That in War of the Spark, you know the 3-minute Teferi, right?
Right.
There's a lot of people.
Well, explain it to anybody who doesn't know.
All right, a 3-minute Teferi, it's hard to describe what Teferi Hero Dominaria was to the previous thing, but he's a character. He's a Planeswalker. And this Teferi, unlike the first one, costs 3 instead of 5 mana, which is a big deal. And it's a really, really pushed good card. It really is. But people found it to be oppressive. I wasn't inclined to disagree up until Throne of Eldraine was released. And then you realize, wow, okay, so you have a 3-mana Planeswalker that ticks down to draw a card and bounce something. All right, I feel ya. I feel how that would make feel bads, but if you use him the way he normally is used, he's down to 1 loyalty immediately after he's used. And so you bring down a 1/1 hasty boy and you take care of him, and he's off the board even though he made his impact already. But
Seems kind of expensive for 5, though.
well, for 5 it's expensive. For 3 it's a great deal. For 3 you bounce a threat, you draw a card, and if he stays out, the value just snowballs. So he's if you were to put that on a sorcery or an instant, 3 mana to bounce and draw a card, that's great value. Now he just happens to be a permanent that sticks around, and if you don't take him off,
Opt and summon, 2 mana.
well, you can't unsummon a Planeswalker.
Right, but what I'm saying is
Oh,
opt
yeah.
and summon would be a 2-cost draw bounce.
Yeah, but
So-
that's 2 cards, but this is on 1 card.
Right.
It does, but regardless, it's a really good card, and I understand even to this day why people don't like it. But what Wizards of the Coast was, okay, they're like, well, you don't like a 3-mana Planeswalker that's pretty pushed. Hold our beer. And so they released Oko, Thief of Crowns.
I fucking hate Oko.
Oko, I find to be oppressive for multiple reasons. Now, here's the thing. He's beatable, but he's sneaky, powerful, because his first ability is +2, which brings him up to 6 loyalty, which is ridiculous. But he makes a food token. You're like, well, what good does that do? It's just a food token. Oh, don't underestimate the food tokens. But here's the thing. A normal Planeswalker has 3 abilities. He has 3, so he's not like Jace the Mind Sculptor or anything like that. He has 3. Yeah, it's fine. But his second ability is turning something into a 3/3 elk. Anything. Your creatures or other people's. Which is... it's ridiculous. Most of the time, that's a huge net loss on your part. And he goes up. It's not a minus. It's a plus removal.
Yeah.
He removals and he pluses, which is incredible. If that were a -1 or, God forbid, a -2, he would be balanced then. But he's obviously pushed. He's super pushed. He's 3 mana, which is he can come out turn 2 and just start.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, he can be aggro, he can be mid-range, he can be control. He can be at all those things at the same time. It's really crazy. So his existence in the meta without Field of the Dead it might be troublesome. We don't know. But what Oko has led to, I found this to be useful. In my green decks now, I main deck Veil of Summer. And Veil of Summer, a lot of times, against some matchups, isn't going to even draw me a card. Veil of Summer reads as such. If an opponent casts a blue or a black spell, draw a card. Your permanents and spells you control until end of turn gain protection from black and blue.
Okay.
Which is super powerful, but it's usually a sideboard card.
Right.
So is Noxious Grasp, which is a 2-cost blue spell that ends up destroying target white or green permanent, and you gain 1 life. That's being mainboarded because of Oko. And basically, people are okay with that because they have to do that. Because Oko is not being taken care of by creatures. Because it is so hard. A turn 2 Oko, taking care of that with creatures, it feels impossible. If you're playing best of 1, Oko feels the worst. If you're playing best of 3, alright, you might have some room for error. But, like... So the idea that Field of the Dead was banned, I get. I think, personally, banning Field of the Dead doesn't really solve a lot of problems. What you could have done is you could have restricted Field of the Dead to 1 copy per deck. Because putting 4 zombies out per turn, or the fact that it wasn't legendary actually is part of its problem, too. Because in previous standards a long time ago, Valakut, Molten Pinnacle, is a legendary land. So you can't have multiple of those out to completely burn out your opponent with...
Is there a reason why you keep closing the map?
Because I want to block. It's totally me wanting to block and hitting the wrong bumper.
Okay.
I hate it. I apologize in advance. That's been happening the whole fucking time.
Yeah, every time the map disappears, it's Dave. Every time it comes back, it's me.
Yep. That's how it works. So, banning Field, I don't know what to expect from the meta from here on out. I worry that Oko's going to run away with it. That brings me to the next thing. Seriously, it's all linear. It's all written in my notes. Right now, I don't recall a time in Magic that, historically, that I can think of where the color blue was actually not the most powerful color. Right?
Control is...
Well, no, but, like, it just in general, like, I understand that blue may not be an aggro favorite, but, like, mono blue not being aggro, like, its control elements and what it does and what it has access to in the color pie seem oppressive a lot of the time. But right now, green is the best color, and I don't know if I've ever seen green be so dominant, or I ever would have thought that green would be...
Yeah, I remember when green-blue beats was really, really strong, but it was still blue.
Yeah, like green has some awesome card draw. Green is in the pie of Crassus. It's in the pie of Oko. It has Wicked Wolf. It has Garrick. It has the Gilded Goose. It has everything you need to... Because if you watch, like, any person who, if you choose to, which I like it, but watching the Mythic Championship, every deck had green in it except for those 2 decks I mentioned. Oh, there was... And yeah, everyone, because I wanted to say there was another aggro, but it was Gruul. And it was fine. But even Gruul, Questing Beast. Gruul uses the most powerful green cards. Once Upon a Time is a great fucking card. And so, green... I never thought that green would be the most powerful card in Magic, but as we stand right now, it is far and away just...
winning.
It's sucking the meta into itself. And I think Crassus and Golos and all this, these are all good cards, but Oko, in my opinion, if you wanted to make a difference on it, have Oko be available for best of 3, but not best of 1. I feel like that would be a nice meeting in the middle area. Because Oko is oppressive. And unfortunately, Oko sells packs for paper Magic. Oko is a huge boon for Wizards of the Coast. But as far as players go, you're either playing Oko or you hate Oko.
You're playing Oko or you're trying to beat Oko.
Yeah, and he's, like, it's really, really, really good. A turn 2 Oko that can go aggro, go control, or go mid-range is ridiculous.
Why is this so slow?
I'm not quite sure. I don't even know.
Let's get rid of some barrels.
So, I worry in hindsight, well, to wrap it up a little bit, I worry that they might focus on Pioneer, and Historic might get even more forgotten, because they don't... they speak very lightly about historic, and I want historic to actually be a thing. I think that'd be great for Arena, because Pioneer's not coming to Arena. The client that actually, on average, more people are playing daily than Magic Online is not getting Pioneer, which you'd have to do a lot of programming. That's fine and understandable.
Well, they had to do that for MTG logo too.
It's different. The quantity wouldn't be the same because the cards are actually already in it.
Right.
Because Return to Ravnica is already there and all the way up to that. So yeah, I enjoyed Cavalcade. I enjoyed Mardu Knights, and those were the fun matchups. I was rooting for those guys over. And here's the thing: I love wolves. If I were to pick a tribe in Magic for me to represent, I like wolves, and they've been really weak for a really long time. But guess what they are now?
Really weak.
Well, they're powerful. Wicked Wolf and Nightpack Ambusher are great. They're really good Magic cards.
Well, and boon to Wizard of the Coast, because after Mono Red Cavalcade, I can't remember the other card in the combo was, the guy boasted about the Hong Kong Revolution, talked about it, and was not banned, and
that's the other thing. When it comes to Wizards of the Coast, they make some boneheaded decisions on their games. But socially, they are a responsible company thus far.
Yeah, like they were just like, yes, this is okay.
Yeah.
We allow this. We are interviewing you. You have a voice, and we want you to use it. Yeah, and it's just something that they've always done.
Yeah, they have done that for a while. You're right.
Like, I'm surprised more Visco girls don't play Magic just so that they could spout about the sea turtles. You gotta save the turtles, guys. The turtles. Ouch.
So they do get a boon for that, and that's part of it, because I actually enjoy the fact that they made green super relevant. Green is a color that was kind of lacking in card draw, lacking in a lot of things, but they found a way to, like, kind of like the previous standard when red was able to, like, in its own way have card advantage, which it normally doesn't get. What they've done with green is impressive, but green now is...
Impressive?
If you play on, like, Arena, you're going to run into green all the time. So that's why it's good to play Noxious Grasp if you have any black in your deck constantly. Oh, and white's a terrible color. White is so underpowered right now. It's not even. It's hard to really convey how weak it is.
Oh, white tempo seems to be okay.
No, like, I suppose with adventures, the tempo with the tapping, you could pull it off, but all the best adventures are black and green. The white has to be, it's very narrow. White's a lot more narrow with its usefulness, unfortunately. So I hope that Historic gets some support, because I think that the people who play Arena were kind of counting on that, and at this point they're very hush-hush, which means they could be working on stuff, or they could be working on absolutely nothing, which is not great. On the plus side, though, Brawl is a trash format for paper, because Commander is better in every single way, and there's no way Brawl would ever be able to compete with Commander in paper. But on Arena, even though I've lost my last 7 matches, Brawl is definitely Arena-friendly. It's good. It's good on Arena. And so, good for you on that, but no one's ever playing it in paper. Get real. It's legit. You want these? Are you good with...
No, you just go ahead and sell them.
Okay. Yeah, Brawl is pointless in paper because Commander is superior and will always be superior in every single way. But that's been good. I won 5 out of my first 6 matches in Brawl, and then since then I've lost my last 7. Niv Mizzet's fun.
Yeah.
I have him as my commander on one of them, but he's lost his last 2 because I'm just like, wow. I run into these people that just outvalue me, and I'm like, oh. But Niv has so much value. So, And I have 4 brawl decks I just created on the spot because I'm like, oh, the event lasts for like the whole week? Sure. See what I can do. So I made 4, and the Niv was the best one because 1, it required less color fixing, and once he's out, my deck is full of card draw and instants and sorceries. It creates all sorts of fun for me.
I absolutely despise Nizmezit. I don't even have a complete set of him yet.
I only need 1 for him to be your commander.
That's true.
Oh, jeez. So that's been good. I think the only thing else I can talk about besides what we could bring up in conversation in my notes is, haha, Notre Dame. 13 years of bragging rights. Just saying, there's some people that don't consider it a rivalry, but come on, Notre Dame. Michigan
Yeah, that
and
one
Notre Dame.
guy.
Michigan and Notre Dame are rivals. Deal with it.
I'll be right back. That dog.
Oh, he's just a whine out there.
He is. He's not supposed to be right there. That door outside of this door should be shut.
He's going to be like, you're going to let me in?
Go now.
But it's good. I actually wish that in college football, Michigan could play Notre Dame every year, maybe every other year, every third year. I wish they'd play more often. I also wish Notre Dame would play Michigan State more. I don't even like either one of those 2 schools, but please, I hope they play. But they can't because Notre Dame's stupid and they play ACC teams. This might not mean anything. We cover a huge... Shut the fuck up. We cover all the spectrum of things, whether it become professional sports, esports, social issues. We cover everything here. But anyway, it was nice to beat the living hell out of Notre Dame as a Michigan fan. There's a lot of pent-up sadness about the whole season going into that game, and they let them have it, and that was a good way to finish out a game that we won't get to play till 2033. So, hurrah! That's great. And past that, I can't say I got much. I'm getting messages on my phone. Oh, I understand. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Here comes John. JQ's gonna come in the door in a second now.
I can't go that way. There's no way to get around that way anymore.
So yeah, next time Josh and I play, I'll let you know, and I won't get all shy about the weather, because it would have been more fun with more people there.
You know that I own a Jeep, right?
I know.
Okay,
I live so far away, and it makes I feel like I'm being an asshole by being like, drive here, even though every Sunday I make the trip here. I'm like,
and I work 45 minutes away. Sharon works on the other side of where Josh lives. We make the drive daily.
Fine. I feel bad in hindsight because it crossed my mind, but like traffic was a bitch. It was super bitch because people are bitches. When the rain falls, people are like, I want to be a bitch, so they keep being a bitch.
Don't be a bitch, guys. Oh, of course I missed all of those.
Hey, let's go slow.
Of course I interrupted the attack animation. Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't need a recall potion. I'm done with it. I sell those things, man. I get so many. My DPS isn't really up to the level we're at right now. I feel like I should be doing way more. Even though my dagger's so good. Stop it.
I'll run into you then.
Jeez.
I just feel like right now we're killing stuff for no reason.
Well, I mean, I'm getting experience, so I hardly feel like it's pointless. And at my next level, I'm gonna legitimately like
Put everything to strength like I did.
put points in this shit. We should just follow the edge of the map. I guess. Ooh, what's this?
A dock.
Does it do anything? No.
No,
It's just
nope.
up and down. All right. Oh, that's useless.
Map candy.
Boom. Dock.
I actually cannot get up there.
Yeah, that's right. This is my dock. Well, wait. Were you by something where we could enter?
You were by it. I
What?
can't go there. I'm not up there, so
Oh,
I
well.
actually cannot.
I can't. I jump high enough to get off of this.
Well, I jump high enough to jump on there, but I can't. There we go. And it's this way, I believe. Yeah.
Lizard guy, freeze!
See, that's the way to the crown.
Okay.
We didn't take care of everybody on that other side, though.
Should be though. I'm unsure.
Says the guy that said we should do it for the experience.
Everything is experience at this point. Whoa, 110.
Me or you?
That was you, man.
I'm like a slayer, but better, because I use magic. Wow, that spot is terrible.
Yep, not a good spot.
Stuck. There we go. Shinja.
Sounds like nonsense, lady.
It's because it is. We get those really slow spots on there, don't we?
Whoa, that fireball! Holy shit!
Super slow. Oh, there you are.
There he is.
Hey, come here.
Why is it? What's this running? What is? Come on. Oh, don't stand next to the cauldron, you'll burn. Jeez.
Oh, come on now. Of course. 22, 20, 31, 20, 30, 30, 27, 29, 20, 28, 47.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. Saving.
Sheesh.
I went through all my notes, though. I feel good. I feel good.
What is that?
Huh?
There's a... Nothing. There was a bug.
Oh.
That's all. There was a bug. I don't like it.
Bugs are gross.
18, 24. Hey, that's 23. I'm trying to think if there's. Oh, big boon for the week. Another one. California passing a law, a highly specific law that allows college athletes to get paid. Now,
Yeah.
you may think, you guys are a gaming stream. Yes, we know, adoring public. We know we're a gaming stream. But this actually has implications on a gaming community. And that is the gaming community that likes collegiate sport games. Because ever since a basketball player sued EA for having his likeness in a video game, they have not been able to make collegiate sport games. But California said, hey, if you're playing the sport, you can get paid for that.
And for the record, Electronic Arts, who would make the NCAA game, or for anybody, them specifically, they are fine with giving money and profits to the players that are represented in there. They stated that years ago.
Yeah, and they actually fought in court to let it happen then.
Yeah.
But the NCAA said, we own these. I was about to say a bad word. We own these people, therefore we don't want them to get paid. They're prisoners with jobs.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Not the S word that I was going to say. So they don't deserve money. They have to work for free. They get edumacated. That's their price.
Yep. Edumacation is what they get.
Yeah.
They should be happy with the edumacation.
Remember when we didn't let them get edumacated for doing? I mean, sorry, different thing. But yeah, essentially they said, well, education is the goal, so they shouldn't get paid at all. Despite the fact that every other sport in the world, if you have a minor league version, they get paid.
Yeah.
Football is the only one where they don't. American football. So yeah, California said we want to pay them. We don't care. We'll pay them. And the NCAA is currently bringing them to court saying you can't do that in California, even though California has already ruled that they can.
Yeah.
So
the NCAA is hell-bent on... They're a non-profit that makes a lot of money off of the schools and most importantly, the athletes. So the NCAA's best interest, no. If they make money, that means we make less in our non-profit. So it's
just a reminder, Thief Gaming Works, the sponsor for this stream, is a religious nonprofit. The only difference is we give away 99% of our revenue to actual charity. Dave and I take a salary of 1% to the maximum of $120,000 each. That is literally what I had to make the nonprofit. Those are the rules that I set. So Dave, at most per year, for doing this, you and I can make $120,000. Now,
I'll take that bullet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That's fine.
What? I can only make $120,000 based on my own rules that I set for doing this? How dare I? And keep in mind that as a nonprofit, you can set that number to whatever the fuck you want. So the president of the NCAA could literally just say, oh, we give away money, and not listed anything.
Just stop running.
Yeah, that is a really annoying AI.
Oh, man. Maybe on extreme it won't be so bad. Maybe on extreme they'll just be aggro the whole time. There it
Hey,
is.
you finally leveled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Level up real quick.
20 points.
So yeah,
I still can't do Meteor Swarm.
and there are months like this month
Should I
because
do this?
I mean you
Next
don't have
level?
you say you don't have enough points, so you need to save. You got 10 points per level right now, so you would need to have 12 points left. So this month, because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, although we are not currently wearing pink, all of the profit from this month goes to Planned Parenthood in Mike Pence's name. On